Hey everyone, my name is Carter Cooper, and today I will be talking about obesity in America. If you had to guess the percentage of Americans that struggle with obesity in the United States, what do you think it would be? Around 40% of our population struggles with obesity, and that is around 90 million American citizens and adults alone that struggle with obesity, not even counting children. With this being a huge problem throughout the United States, I want to bring the topic of obesity to light and break down the issue at hand. When approaching obesity, it's important to get the background of what obesity is exactly. Obesity is a complex disease influenced by multiple factors, including genetic, psychological, environmental, and behavioral. Someone might ask, how does one how do you determine if someone is obese or not? One simple and inexpensive screening tool used to indicate whether someone is underweight, overweight, obese, or healthy is called the BMI scale, or the Body Mass Index, which is the measure of body fat based on your weight in relation to your height. Obesity plays a big. One might ask how someone might become obese, and three simple things that we all know today is: one, your diet; two, physical inactivity; and three, medications such as antidepressants or anticonvulsants, which is medication that deals with controlling seizures. And all these take great tolls if on obesity and what may cause obesity. And some physical effects that obesity has on the body is one is three big things: one, cancer; two, respiratory disorders; and three, joint and bone damage. Obesity has caused 90,000 cancer deaths out of around 500,000 in all cancer deaths. From kidney to thyroid to prostate to cervical cancers, all have played a great toll in cancer deaths and obesity. Some respiratory disorders that are caused by obesity is one is obstructive sleep apnea. I'm going to have to work on saying that. But what it is, it's the excess of fat around your neck and your throat area, and it blocks up your passage, your airway, into which you breathe, of course, and it causes you to not inhale while you sleep sometimes. And what it does, it leads to high blood pressure, severe heart attacks, and sometimes strokes. And with joint and bone damage, what obesity does is it causes a lot of muscle buildup and pinches a lot of the nerves in your backs and creates back pain and damage to your spinal area as well. And also a big factor that obesity plays in affecting your body, it also causes a great amount of osteoarthritis. While obesity may affect the body tremendously, it also affects it mentally as well. From fear to anxiety to depression, these are all symptoms that play huge roles during obesity. And as a result, while obesity not only affects the body physically and it and affects the body mentally as well. Fear, anxiety, and depression are all serious symptoms that come with obesity. And one effect of the body with depression, obesity causes a lot of with depression, it causes a lot of binge eating, and that's one other symptom that plays a big role in one becoming obese. And there has been a history that people who are usually depressed, 51% of them that have become obese have struggled with binge eating and have struggled with depression, and those two tie together big time. Ways to conquer obesity, or decreasing obesity rates, is of course exercising. From simply walking on a treadmill for 10 minutes a day, or doing push-ups or sit-ups, or even just going to walk your dog to the park, are all good and physical ways of staying active and preventing obesity. And a human being will burn a lot of calories and endorphins. Shoot, I'll get this right, I promise. And what these endorphins are, it's a group of hormones released throughout your body that give you energy and also relaxes your body as a whole, and it's pretty much just like a relaxing sensation. And also another part of reducing the rates of obesity is your diet. Your diet is essential to decreasing obesity tremendously. But like, one, you must set your goals when it comes to eating. You can't just stop eating and expect to lose all this weight. You still have to continue to eat and meet your calorie intake, but you just have to reduce little by little every day. And some foods to stay away from are high sugars or carbs, such as butter, fast foods, alcoholic beverages, ice cream, pizza, are all very high calorie foods that may affect your diet big time. And some foods that are good for your diet and are low energy dense foods are fish, lean meat, fruits, vegetables, grains, and beans. Obesity has taken over the U.S. in many ways and is clearly seen throughout our daily lives. It's a serious problem that many people need to be informed about and be able to prepare themselves if an issue like this ever arises, because obesity can spread easily from one person to the other, and all it takes is for someone to get caught up in a eating disorder, or it's easy for someone to get caught up in just simple disorders like being depressed. Being depressed can lead to binge eating, and a lot of it leads to obesity. And so what I want to leave with is that it's something to be taken very serious nowadays, and it's something that if we don't treat now, it can lead our country and maybe even the world into a downward spiral. And I believe informing people of the situation at hand is the best way to conquer the situation as a whole.